Whatever it is to all of you, welcome back to the ROM hacking. We're going to continue on with, actually not where we left off, because I've done some bits in the meantime. Nothing huge, mostly just some of the smaller maps, getting things sorted in and through. We have now finished up to the third gym. Okay, I've lost the bloody... There it is. So we have completed a long around to the third gym for you all to be able to see. There it is. So, as you remember, we finish up this piece. I've come down to here. We have the towns all sorted. Have I done encounters? I have even done encounters. Look at me. And down here into the gym. The gym is not accessible. Oh, I should have gone to talk before I went. It's not going to be accessible during this. During this one. Yeah, it's not going to be accessible during this version, which I'm going to drop later. But it is there. Why is that broken? It's Morville City. Ah, okay, that's why. Oh no, it's because it's bloody. I hate it when it does that. So let's just connect that up so it actually works properly. Morville. It's not Morville City, but we're using the Morville City base. What connection do we have here? That goes quite high up. That's annoying. I don't know how large that is for our connection. Goes to about there. That'll do. Gives us a good solid range. Yeah, Onyx is pretty useless. So I am actually looking to do a semi-buff to Onyx. Hey Adam, how you doing, bud? So I'm looking to do a semi-buff to Onyx where we introduce Crystal Onyx. Crystal Onyx will be basically the usable version of Onyx. It's going to have better attack stats. It's going to have slightly more rounded defenses. It's going to be a bit more special defensive, but yeah, it'll actually be usable unlike Onyx in the main game. But how you doing, Adam? How you doing, Reverend? Sorry, Reverend, thank you for the follow, bud. Welcome on in. Yeah, it's a shame. It's just been rubbish. And for such an iconic Pokemon, it'd been really cool if they did a bit more to it. I mean, they kind of fixed it with Steelix, but even still, Steelix is just... It's a defensive monstrosity, but it can't do much else. It's a bit lackluster, I find. So yeah, so this here, which we're working on, doing good. I'm pretty good. I went out last night for my birthday, so feeling a little bit delicate, but not too bad. Was quite nice to get out with mates and stuff. Any check I'm using the wrong tile set. So that was quite enjoyable. So I'm heading out tonight for a Christmas party with some people, so that'll be enjoyable. Otherwise, yeah, my wife has head out, so I'm sort of home alone. So I thought, yeah, let's do a live. Let's spend some time, which I don't normally get to enjoy myself. So yeah, so this town here, this is gonna be a small town, and this is where you're meant to get the boat from too. So when you click on the boat, it will land you here because the town's actually been overran by some bellends. Basically, this is not so much an evil team. Maybe it's a bit of some nuisances. So I'm debating on more going into exactly what it is. But yeah, so we're gonna have this, and then you'll be able to clear it. And when you clear it, you'll get access to the what do you get access to? You're gonna get access to the Aqua Bike. Aqua Bike will give you let you then ride over to other places. So if you've got any ideas on what to do in this town, it'd be great, because I'm currently completely lost. Happy birthday! I was out last night myself. Got my work Christmas doing that tonight. Oh, nice. But thank you for the birthday messages. Yeah, I hate having a birthday in December because everywhere's just doing Christmas meals. So originally wanted to go to this rum bar, like all you can drink and all you can eat little rum things. I thought, oh yeah, my mates will quite like that. But it's like, no, it's fully booked for Christmas. Like, okay, fine. So we end up going to quite a nice little. They sort of have their own beers and brewery and stuff. So I had a load of beers and yeah. My wife bought me a bloody what do you call them? A litre, 2-pint thing. I can't remember what you call them. A Stein. So yeah, drank that almost as fast as I was my previous pints, and then I realised, oh no, this was a terrible idea. But yeah, otherwise, it was a nice night. It's nice to get out and get the guys out. Hoping to try and get the guys out a bit later as well to go play some Yu-Gi-Oh! At the Yu-Gi-Oh! At our local card shop. If you guys are interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'd love to do some Yu-Gi-Oh! Streams. I'm looking at connecting up a decent camera or something so that we can do some more card streams. I've got a couple of unique, cool commander decks. Like specifically, I've got like a Pokemon commander deck in Magic, and then we've got a load of Yu-Gi-Oh! And then we've got a load of Pokemon cards, which I'd love to do some streams on. What programming language is that? Well, this accidentally. Oh, whoops! I shouldn't be showing programming. Sorry. The programming language is that was C. No wonder you guys not seeing what I'm doing. Yeah, so that was C. The coding for Emerald Decomp is also C++. Is all there. So it's a very nice, easy one. But I also use what's called Pori Script. Pori Script is what I handle all of my event scripting in. So event scripting is where we basically have like interactions with. Well, that looks a bit weird. It was where all the interactions with in the overworld takes place. I've got to actually bring this further in. Hey Brendan, how you doing, bud? Welcome on in. Do you have a YouTube to help people finish with the programs? I do actually. Yeah, so if you're on our TikTok, you can click onto our profile and you'll see there's a point for like 2 different links. And you'll be able to see our YouTube and our TikTok, our YouTube there, and you can see the links. Hey, good mate, how you doing, bub? I mean, I have got a camera on TikTok. Just the annoying bloody thing is you obviously can't push it to 2 sources. TikTok's got a great auto built in, which lets me cut my background out. So it's like, so I've been debating on just like using that, but I need to tidy up my office so that it doesn't have so much shit in the background, so that I could actually stream without you looking at basically the guitar boxes and guitars I need to put on the wall. That's good. I used to love Yu-Gi-Oh!, especially the film. I never watched the film. I watched a bit of the anime. I like collecting the cards, but never used them. About the same as Pokemon. Yeah, I love using the actual battles and stuff. So me and my mates do quite a bit of that. Hey, Joshua Wells, thanks. How far are you in production? And do you know how many Pokemon are going to be catchable? I'm 3 gyms in. This is about 10-15%. 10-15% of the way through of the entire game. In terms of Pokemon that'll be catchable, no idea at this point in point in time. Will probably be in the main game. So the first playthrough, probably a few hundred, maybe 350. But as you go further on, there's going to be like definitely post game. There's going to be access to areas where you can catch other Pokemon, not in the main area. So you should be able to catch most, if not all, the Pokemon in it. There are some PC. Yeah, I've looked at getting some PC ones for OBS. They just haven't worked for me. I currently use a TikTok Studio on the PC to do it, and I've thought about setting up a thing to like connect it through. But I need to completely overhaul how my YouTube and TikTok. No, my TikTok looks fine, but I need to work on how my YouTube and Twitch look. But where I'm getting like, I've been averaging 50 viewers on TikTok over the last few streams, whereas like I've got to rebuild from scratch on TikTok and YouTube. I'm like, it's sort of not been focus. I've been quite lazy with that. But I'll eventually get back, pull my finger out and do it. If I'm not just getting distracted by other pieces, other work pieces. How did you start learning how to program and code? So I finished university and I didn't know what to do, so I did a degree in physics, and I was like, I've done did little bits there, but I wouldn't really call it proper coding. And I was like, well, what do I do now? And I joined a graduate scheme for a development company. And yeah, they taught me how to code in Java. And then I got a job and just became a Java developer. So pretty much just by, getting work and playing that way. So I do sort of code full time that way, which makes things easier when you've got people supporting you and getting you a job in what you're doing. But I say if you want to get into coding, just get into coding. Pick a language, depending if you want to do it professionally or you want to do it a bit for fun, might vary your choices. Pick a project to build, and I find the best way to learn is by doing it. And even if you're picking something too complex, don't worry. Start with the little pieces. Like, so you want to make a website. Well, how do you get a web page going? And then you want to do this thing and do little bit by little bit, and it will build up into something viable. And each step of the way, you'll learn something new. And I think by doing it that way, it also gives you the drive to do it because it's something that you want to do and you want to develop. So yeah, that's why I'd say to go for it. Time to get in shit and rebuild it all. Maybe that's what I'd do. That what I use is when I got a camera. Yeah, I need to get a new camera for my computer. Anyway, I'm looking at getting something so that I can stream over the board, like games and board games and stuff. Kind of got a cheap old £5 webcam which I use for a few places. Hey, can you quickly show us the first map I've done? Yeah, I can show you the first map I did. So there's loads of things popping through, so it's quite hard to keep up in chat. But this was the original map I made, at least on this project. The first map I ever made is Lost to Time. It's something I made back in, I don't know, when I was like 13, 14. So you're looking at early sort of noughties, 2000s and something. How do I get the Discord, bro? Go into our profile. And there should be a button, and there'll be a profile, a link. There's two links in the About Me. One of them's to Discord. Or if you go to our YouTube, it's also in there. Currently, first year software development and games design. That's really cool. I don't know much about games design, but software development. I kind of wish I did study at university, but I didn't learn until later. Kamura, thanks for following, and Skull and Ellis and Phil, all thank you for the follows. Welcome on in. I'm currently app names. Cintas. This app is called Pori Maps. It allows you to make all your maps in Decomp Emerald. So Decomp Emerald is what I use, which is so powerful, I think. Learning Python as I'm applying for a degree apprenticeship in data analysis, so it's been challenging. Why are they using Python in data analysis and not something like R or Scala? I thought that's what I'm getting. Maybe that's more big data. I haven't used much Python yet. Dude, I am Nick. I am making Pokemon game. It's so good. Thanks for the follow. I love the idea. What's the plan here? So the plan for this is a small little town. It's been overrun by a couple of like thugs. And the thugs, basically you want to take out their leader and basically get control of the town again. And then you'll be able to access that to move a bit further on. So I'm going to make the layout, and then we'll try and work together to try and build out the challenge and stuff, but I'm not 100% sure on how it's going to go. We'll have a Nuzlocke mode. Eventually I might code in a Nuzlocke mode, but otherwise currently we've just got the level caps. But yeah, how do I do that? You just download Pori Maps. I've got a guide on YouTube. Might be the best way to do it because it's quite a lot to set up. This will be available. You can download the demo now on our Discord, and after the stream I'm going to compile and tidy up some bugs, and it will be and then that will be playable as well. All of that stuff, all of these changes you see will be available for you to take to have a go with. I'm just going to tidy this up while I continue to try and catch up on your comments. Nice map, looks factory. Sorry, you've lost me. Mobstar Owen D7. Oh, thanks for the follow. So I'll be learning Python as a base universal, as it's similar to R and SQL. I've never heard anyone call Python similar to SQL, but I mean, if Python's not a bad language to learn because it can do a lot of things, which can be quite powerful and useful. And having a powerful language with a good variety is pretty good. Can you show how to play stuff? Yeah. So on the right here, Let me pull up TikTok Studio. So on the right here, I have tiles. So we've got all these meta tiles. The top are the base tiles, and at the bottom we've got specific tiles based for the choose. So I choose them up here, and I basically just select the tiles I want and start placing it down. So if I want to start adding some rocks, I select the 4 rocks and then put it in. Then you got this collision tab where you'll start inputting collisions. So I'm just sort of drawing it using these tiles, slowly developing in it. Then I'll add in events and code behind it. But around Legend in the Ocean, no, that would make no sense. This is not a silly game, Cole. I actually want this to be a playable, enjoyable game. There will be legendaries in the ocean. Like you'll be able to find Kyogre somewhere in there, but not this close. I don't actually know. I've got no idea on how to handle Kyogre. I do want to get all the legendaries in and make them quite... definitely make it worth hunting down and battling. Did I actually make a custom tile for this, which I haven't imported? I just need to chip to this. I did. So, okay, so I just need to... I'll do that later, but I need to make these, instead of being grass, I need to make those be water. Yeah, so I'm actually a couple of maps away going to be adding the first legendary in, at least drawing a map for it, because not far from here, which you go down here, this place, this is called the Flower Glades, and it's going to have, think about the infinite walkway in Mario 64, trying to, like, when you're trying to go up the staircase when you haven't completed when you haven't got all the stars. I'm got a version of, I'm going to use that, basically code one of those in for you to go through. But if you've got the, I think it's Gracidia flower, with that you'll be able to actually access Shaman and take on Shaman and probably absolutely get busted from it. But yeah, this is not basically the point you come to here should be after Gym 3. So actually you don't have to beat the 3rd gym to come here, but it's going to be level capped around that. Gasky, thanks for the follow, bud. And if you manage to, yeah, and you can come here and start exploring, and this will give you the acro bike, which you're going to need to then go to the desert, which we'll probably do next weekend in the stream. So we're on one house there, one house there. We're going to throw our, whatchamacallit, in the middle. PC, Pokemon Center. I'm actually going to move that across one. Oh, I'll do that actually. There we go. Will you put an evolution stone to Pokemon any trade evolved? It's already added. We have an item called the linking cable. Yeah, so a linking cable does exactly that when you use it just like a stone, and you'll be able to evolve it. And other Pokemon that need a held item, and then you need to trade it to evolve, like Electrolyzer or Electrolyzer, Claw, Razor Claw and stuff. They're just going to be use items. So in the same way you would use a stone, you can just use them. I'm also looking to give them slight buffs. So Electrolyzer, when you give it to Electabuzz, is actually going to boost it in battle. So you're not forced to evolve it to make it useful. The example I've got so far is, yeah, I want to do this for all of them, but for Electabuzz, if it's holding the Electrolyzer, all punching moves will become priority, which I think will allow it to sort of keep that usefulness, possibly. And I need to come up with one for like Magmar and Rhydon and the Porygons. Vote building on right to end of path over. Vote building on right. Move right to end of path over 2 blocks. So I'm not sure what you mean. Thanks. Yes. Well, yeah. But yeah, all of that quality. We've got all of that quality of life in. You're talking about moving this one to the right over. So what? Like instead of there, we pop it here, and then we have this, something like that. User, thanks for the follow, bud. Is that what you're thinking, Brian? I'm going to do that, and we'll just fill that with grass. Okay, so we're pretty good on the outline. Yeah, this isn't the most exciting of towns. It's just sort of like has a few bits, not loads. Exciting. Kafina, thank you. Glad you're enjoying it. It's a great thing to do, and I do like having doing it this way, where you guys can see what's going on and get involved and make suggestions. Saves me having to come up with all the ideas. So if you've got any ideas or things that you think I should possibly add, say it and I'll have a go. Where's it? I need a special tile for that one. That's the one. There we go. Can you put a tree next to the Poké Center? Yes. You can put a tree next to the Poké Center. Do we want like that? Something like that. How's that? We can put trees in very easily. I need to fill this area down the bottom up. That's going to be pretty much inaccessible. Yeah, so we'll make that inaccessible. So we're going to use some larger trees because they've got a nice cliff edge tile. We can use like this, but we only want one side of it. Something like that. Is there palm trees? There's not palm trees, no. The trees we have is secret base trees, the thin trees, or the large trees, like that. On this tile set, we're going to be looking at. We are eventually going to get some custom tiles and introduce more of those. That will allow us to have a bit more variation because we're very limited at the moment to the default tile set, which is it has somewhat cool. It's all right. It's not horrible, but yeah, it's not perfect. But that's not going to be introduced for a while. I need to speak to some artists and look at getting them paid to do some of that custom artwork. So for now, we've pretty much got these, just everything that's in Hoenn. I've got a few other ones that were sort of offered for free, which I have imported, and you can see those in some of the videos we've got. But yeah, the majority of it, if it's not in normal Emerald, unfortunately, we don't have it and can't use it for the time being. Maybe add a tree to that can be used, cut. Just add a super. Maybe add a tree. Oh, maybe yeah, that's a good point. So there's no cut in this game. We actually have added. We've got items. So I've made custom items for it instead. So instead of using cut, there's a small. You get a hand axe. And that hand axe is used to cut down everything.
Hello there.
So, which is quite a cool little thing. I'm just going to fix this. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, and with the hand axe you'll be able to do it. So we could throw the hand axe in here. I think you can't really get here without getting cut. Maybe rock smash. I'm really not sure. Do you do commissions? I do commissions. Yes, Emerald. I actually have a commission I need to do next week. But I've done commissions in the past. If you're interested in commissions, just feel free to DM me. We can work something out. Nice work. Checked out your video. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed them, Sentient. Yeah, so this one, although it says I've only done like a month of it, I've actually been designing and working on this game since like early last year. I'm just having another go at it where I'm not going to be distracted and working on other projects. So this is like the project focus for the time being, which will hopefully actually mean we get this released and we get this finished and I can start working on all the ideas I've got for this game. So it's nice to know that people are enjoying it, because that does help a lot in me pulling my finger out and working on it. So it is playable as well if you want to download, and we've got loads of people feeding back bugs, which is great, because the more bugs feedback I get, the better I can actually make it. What time of team would the champion use? I don't know yet. A very good team. Kafina also, thanks for the follow. I'm sorry I missed it. They're going to have a good team. I'm thinking the Elite Four isn't going to be single typed. They're going to be more themed. Like a dragon trainer won't just have dragons. They're going to have like the dragon breeding group. Not sure exactly how we're going to do it yet, but again, we're only 3 badges in, so we've got a while. Make 3 small islands for the 3 legendary birds. The legendary birds, I'm not sure. I've actually I've got a rough idea of. But in the first island, there's up on the mountains, there's something called the Winged City, and they basically are based around like looking after legendary birds and Lugia and stuff. Although I don't, did I add it in? I've got a cool tile set for the tile set from the Lugia gym, not Lugia gym, the Lugia film. So we could possibly do some islands based around it. One Rom Hack of Fire Red and literally just change Charizard and Gyarados dragon types. Alexander Raymond, do it. Download Fire Red. Fire Red decomp. It's so easy to do. It's very similar code base to this. So you download your Pokemon Fire Red. You search on the side species Gyarados. It's under a file called Gen 1 families. So you have your Gen 1 families, and you'll see here types. Mon type, water, flying. You can literally just go type dragon, and then you would now have a dragon Gyarados. So I think so it's so easy to make changes to Pokemon. So yeah, I would do that. It takes 2 minutes, and then you just compile it, and boom, you've got a game with the changes you want. I know it's something I am going to do is make some changes to this. I think I've got one change so far where I've actually made the game. I'm going to be adding some secondary types to the Johto starters, because why not? Because the Johto starters are the starters we're using, or part of the starters we're using. Right, so that's now there. That's that. So I'm just changing those to be... There we go. So they're now water things. But yeah, all of that late game stuff. If you've got suggestions for like later game things, drop it in the Discord or comment, and I'll get around to it eventually. But I'm trying to focus on the local pieces, because if I start thinking about things too far ahead, they won't get done. And we're going to run into issues where I'm starting to divert my focus and too much happens, and yeah. Can you make your own Pokemon? I can make my own Pokemon. I will not be making... Well, I'm not going to be making lots of Fakemon, because personally I don't like playing games with Fakemons. I think it's somewhat cool. I don't mind some of the regional forms, but too many Fakemon is just off. I just find it off-putting. But we are going to be having the Crystal type added. I haven't added it yet, but I'm going to add Crystal type Pokemon. And there will be... So some Pokemon will become a Crystal type, like Sableye, Diancie, Carbink. But others will be... Check, that's right, that is right. And others will get new Crystal forms, like, of course... what's it called? I can't remember the name of it. Onyx. Yeah, Onyx will be getting a crystal form. The Rock and Roller line, Lunatone, Solrock. Beedrill's also going to get its own crystal form. So if you evolve a Weedle inside the crystal cave, it will become a crystal Kakuna, and then that will evolve. So we've got a few other ideas. I've got a couple of the artwork. I just need to spend some time and add the code for them in. Crystal Onyx, yeah, Crystal Onyx is going to be in and buffed, so it's actually usable. 3 Brandon, thanks for the follow, buds. No, I'm not going to, because I don't really care. Would there be any Crystal type moves? Yes. Power Gem will become Crystal type, and that's the only one I've got defined at the moment. I need to completely overhaul it. I do need to come up with new ones, but there will be custom Crystal type moves. Mostly mixed between special and physical. It's going to be more of a special defensive type. Open world Rom Hack, not open world. Think of it, it'll be open world in the same way Kanto is open world. The start of the game, you'll be coming up here and you're making your way to Coral Port. Once you access like this, it will take you down to Route 5 here, and you've got the choice of going down the critical path towards... Oh, I forgot to do my critical path. the critical path towards this third gym, or you can head east to this town. Once you've sort of come here, you'll be able to start diverting, and maybe you can skip a badge in the same way in Kanto. You can just skip a Lieutenant Surge until later. So it's going to have that level of open world, but there is going to be a main design throughput and stuff. I'm not a fan of open world Pokemon games, so I'm not going to make one. I'm going to, when I finish this, I will make this the code and everything open source. So if you want to then turn this into an open world game or make changes to it, go ahead. You can hack this. Peaks 5 Pokemon would be a neat reference to this. Right? Yeah, so with the because there's 3 main islands, there's going to be a lot of water between them. And once you get surf, I'm going to add all these little islands and stuff which you can go to. And I'm definitely thinking about adding like the pink Pokemon and all these other things. Darjay and Sentient Meat, what a name. Thank you for the follow. Would be cool to have a Regicrystal. It would be cool to have a Regicrystal. That is maybe that's something we could look at. I'm not sure I would fit the themes of them, but we could look at it. The main crystal legendaries are going to be Necrozma and Diancie. So Diancie you're going to find in Crystal Cove. So you can make your way into here. And yeah, you'll be able to go deeper, and eventually you'll come in across Diancie. Necrozma being that light Pokemon. I don't know how much of that you saw, but yeah, Necrozma being that light Pokemon and being based around like Prism and the separation of light, I think Crystal could work for it, especially with its 2 forms. So I might do a lot of cool stuff with Necrozma around Crystal Pokemon. So I just need to make a time lapse of this for video. How do you balance the encounters? Do you prefer harder fights, AA to be smarter? So I don't want the game to be it's not a challenge ROM hack, so not going the level of like Radical Red or Kaizo or stuff. I'm looking for it to be harder than the main games, and I want there to be a bit of a challenge because I like a somewhat challenging Pokemon game. But at the same time, I know not everyone likes a slog where you've got to change your team all the time. So we're looking at a decent challenge. The game is designed around having level caps built in. So level caps around trainers. In terms of like my world design, you've got the choice of how you play it. I want to give agency on the player actions. So maybe you want to take on trainers, so you can go this way. You can take the longer route through grass, and you'll find a lot of my areas are designed around the trainers or longer grass. With various things locked out, some tougher trainers. So if you want to come over here and get a load of berries and an item, you've got to beat her, who's kind of tough. In here, if you want to get this TM, which will be very useful for the first gym, you got to beat her, who's kind of tough. Roxanne's here, again, a tough battle, will give you rewards. So the harder fights will you'll find rewarding, but of course you can come back later and it's not required. I don't want it to be too hard, so if you're playtesting it and you find it like ball aching hard, I'm happy to like nerf it and stuff. Would it be crystal terrain, kind of like thunder or psychic terrain? I haven't planned on making a crystal terrain. I would have to think about what it does, but we could look at it. Chatty, thanks for the follow. Do you release games unfinished, or do you prefer to release them without releasing? I release this game every week. I release it unfinished every week because I can get so much more feedback doing that. You guys playing can see so many mistakes which I miss, and I can get faster feedback. And if you look in our Discord, it's full of people commenting like, I've noticed this bug, you can walk here, there's an issue with this text. And if I was trying to do that myself, I would never notice it all. Hey Soundwave, how you doing, bud? Welcome on in. So yeah, every week I release a new version, but there won't be one next week. You can download it, you can play it up, find any issues, say it's too hard. If you find it too easy, play it how you want, and do that. Do it that way. Emerald Koi, thanks for the follow. I know I'm running behind, but you guys are chatty today. Does this have the Ash? It does. This is Pokemon Emerald. So everything in Pokemon Emerald is here. So there we go, have the Ash tiles right there. How do you make these? So Callum, I use Pokemon Decomp. So it's decompiled emeralds. I actually use the expanded emerald version. It's got so much cooler stuff, quality of life, and improvements. And I use Polymaps to do my mapping, and then I just have Visual Studio Code there, and I write all my code and events in that. And I use PolyScripts. I have some guys on our YouTube if you want to pick it up and start making your own one. and we have places in our Discord for you to talk and discuss and, you know, get feedback on yours. Wouldn't Pokemon Dog be Crystal Pokemon due to Diamonds and Pearl? I mean, that's just the name of the games. They don't actually relate really to Diamond and Pearls, so no. It's more like it's more time and space. So we could look at making Diamond a Crystal, but lore-wise, it doesn't fit. How long does it take to make a playable map? It takes me about, if I know what I'm drawing, I can make a map in about 20-30 minutes. If I don't know what I'm doing, it can take about an hour. And that's just the drawing. On top of that, you then got to add your events and stuff. So, fortunately, this was Moorville. So there's a load of existing things here. Doing all the scripts and stuff can take quite a long time, depending on like how advanced the scripts are, what different all the different like encounters and trainers and stuff. So it does take a while. Been playing Clover, Emerald Z, and Odyssey currently. Nice, November. Yeah, welcome to actually watching a game being made, and being able to give feedback on it as it gets created, because constantly I do think getting feedback on the creations of things, be it code, be it anything, is good. So yeah, what do you like in ROM hacks? What program do you use? I use Polymaps to make my mapping. Do you plan on adding in some quality of life changes, like changing natures and methods to EV Train? So EV Train I'm unsure on. Well, I do want to include EV training if I do EVs. If not, there's going to be a way where you can easily add them in. I'm tempted to go the route of removing EVs and IVs, because grinding, it depends on what people want to do. I do like the limitation of grinding. So if we just remove EVs and IVs, you're pretty solid. It's not going to be a hard game, so the requirement of EVs isn't going to be much of a thing until you're coming to the post game, where they probably will be required. And at that point, well, it'll be fine. We'll see. So we'll probably have stuff in terms of other quality of life. We got pretty much most of the quality of life since there's level caps, so you don't worry about level caps, but there's easy ways to grind up. Like once you reach a gym where your level is required, you'll get increased XP rates and stuff and everything. What's the region based off of? DJ, it's just sort of, it's not based off any like real area, it's just me sort of drawing maps that I think fit a world and are quite cool. Sort of based off of 3 islands, but there's no real life place I've looked at and thought, let's design it off of that. Basically because I'm a bit lazy and I haven't wanted to do it that way. There's going to be a bit of an issue with this corner I need to fix. Where do I find these games? There are loads of places. Search Pokemon Rom Hacking, you'll find like 1,000 different websites for them. And there's some really good like sources being created. But ours are available on our Discord at the moment until we get proper patching sorted for sort of better versions. November and True, thanks for the follow. You're using classic Pokemon integrating fusions under Fakemon. No fusions. The closest we get to Fakemon is like maybe some regional forms, at least crystal Pokemon, but no, we classic Pokemon. I'm not using advanced map, I'm using Polymap because this is a decomp ROM hack and not a binary hack. It's very similar to advanced map. I have used advanced map in the past, but no, this is Polymaps. Personally hate EVs and IVs because I'm not a competitive gamer. EVs and IVs are great for competitive because obviously you can define your Pokemon based off of like what's going on, what meta to defeat specific threats. So let's say you're fighting a Garchomp. A physical Garchomp will do this much damage with its attack, and they normally have like 252 attack IVs. So you could like, okay, well I want to use a certain Pokemon, maybe it's Steelix. I wanted it to survive 4 hits of that Garchomp's, maybe it's Garchomp's Earthquake, so I can give it that more EVs and IVs to fit that, but I still want to move it. So it has some niche uses, but that's for like really advanced competitive gaming. For people who just want to play a game, the fact is like, oh, I've just been training generally, and I've been fighting Jigglypuffs, so now I've got a really high HP stat, but I'm doing less damage, and you do another run, and it gets a bit awkward, especially when you're focusing around trainers, and it's like, so this is why I'm tempted to remove it, just have it like off, which is very easy to do. Or we just do a thing like they did in other games where you just like the player can come in and just make the changes freely, so they don't have to do all the grinding and stuff for it. In my opinion, best off fire red, leaf green, and emerald. So emerald is the one we're currently all using for ROM hacking, and this is why you'll find so many emerald hacks, and it's because of emerald decomp, which is I'm gonna feel most. I need to work this out, but we're doing because of the decompiled ROM hack. So decomp is basically all the codes broken up into what we can see, and that allows us so much more power as a ROM hacker to make changes. And it's why they're all like, people was like, I'm so fed up of like seeing the 1000th emerald and fire red ones. Like, well, until we get better tools to hack the other games, we're gonna keep doing these ones because they're but yeah, emerald decomp, since that come out, like, the fact is I can go and make changes in seconds, or like if I want to add a new ability, I don't have to faff with all these programs or find memory spaces. I can just like go into the battle util, add the name of it, and go. I can create it in a few minutes because I know we will be making some custom abilities and stuff. If you've seen some of our older videos, you'll have a good idea of what ones I'll be making. Like the Bone Zone will be coming back for the Marowak line. Echo for the X-Bloud Whismer line will be coming back. All of these, trying to get some uniqueness to them so that these older Pokemon can sort of stand up and be usable in a new way. Theoretically, it might be that I completely screw it up and it's all a load of crap. There we go. Will there be gimmicks like Evolution? Yes, Mega Evolution is in the game. I'm not planning on using Terra, and I'm not planning on doing Gigantamax, Dynamax. I will possibly have Gigantamax forms re-added as Megas, because I think it's a waste if I don't. But there is no plan on having... Yeah, there's no current plan on having anything more than Mega Evolutions. Not added yet, it'll be later. I tried to make my own ROM hack, but I couldn't get anything to work for the life of me. What were you using, Soundwave? Were you using decomp or binary with like advanced map? Drew a regional form for Bergmite, new evolution for it once. That's cool. I can't draw, so I've avoided. That's one of the reasons why we're not having much in the way of custom Pokemon. Software name memes. It is called Porymaps. It's just a nice simple mapping tool which lets us do. It makes us draw our maps. If you're interested in learning how to use it, pop onto our Discord. Not onto our Discord, but you can do it on our Discord. Pop into our YouTube, and I've got some guides on how to set it up. And if there's like something specific you want help with, then send me a message, and I will make a video on that as well. I know I've made a few in the past for specific issues people were having and trying to solve. Whatever. As much as, and you can just drop me a question or stuff as well on there, and I'll try to answer it and give you guys as many tools as you want. Because I do think the more people we've got making ROM hacks, the better the scene gets, the cooler stuff we get. Even if it's just learning to do basic things. But if you're interested in learning as well, I'm going to be setting up soon setting up a ROM hack for everyone to help out on, and it's going to be making the Pokemon game with every region. So we'll work together, and you can be like, okay, you want to learn how to ROM hack? Well, why don't you make Viridian Forest? And we'll build Viridian Forest up, and you can do map by map, adding things on, which I think will be a great way for people to learn in an interesting way. What's the name of this ROM hack again, and your YouTube channel? The name of the ROM hack is probably going to be Pokemon Triver. That's the name of the region. It's not released anywhere yet. But the name of our YouTube channel is Charles Versus. If you're ever looking for any of our platforms, it's always Charles Versus. We're on that on YouTube. We're on it on Twitch. We're on it on also here on TikTok. Also that on Twitter. Not that I ever look at Twitter. Maybe I'll do like blue pages or stuff in the future, but we'll see. Don't know if I can be asked. I'm not very good at the social medias, which is why I only stream like once a week now. User and Oliver Best, thanks for the follow, bud. Music sound familiar, mate? I like it. It's Stellaris. Stellaris is amazing background music, and I love coding to it. And I want to play more Stellaris. And the more I play it on stream, the more people be like, "Oh, it's good. Let's play it." So one day we might do some more Stellaris streams. Because I used to play it a lot during COVID. But yeah, the music for Stellaris is great. I hate that. That looks horrendous. It's cool. I'd love to make my own home. All the best, like I was just saying. Get on it. Have a play. I'm gonna be doing some like tutorial things, and get people supporting making our own like team community ROM hack where we'll do all the regions, because it's something a lot of people ask for, and it's a lot of work. But if we all like get a load of people doing it, we'll be able to make it, and this way as well. We won't have to. It would just be basically easier. So it's quite good in the long run to have all these different things picked up by people. Can I be a gym leader? Sorry, Callum. I think most of the gym leaders are already defined, but I can add you in. And I can add you in. I can add you in as what I call tough trainers. So various trainers are sort of like locking powerful items. So you can be like blocking an item. So you're not quite a gym leader, but you're going to be a hell of a lot worse because you'll have a more complete team, and yeah, you'll be able to cause havoc. So we can say like, what's the next gym? The next gym is a go. So maybe like you're blocking the player from getting Dark Pulse or something, because like Dark Pulse is a hell of a good move to have for the gym, but like they've got to beat you for it. So you're going to be basically a Nuzlocke killer, which I think would be quite funny. And you can have like a good variety of what Pokemon you use. User, thanks to GG and the Little Ghost. I do appreciate it. From the SpaceX video. Is it from the SpaceX video? I don't watch SpaceX videos. You just up to YouTube. Exciting. So exciting binging just to binge your stuff. Thanks. I appreciate the sub as well. Yeah, we got I've just posted on YouTube the 30-day time lapse of everything, mainly as a way to try and get 4,000 watch hours. I'm trying to push into. I'm trying to push my YouTube more to get payment on it, because we get paid on TikTok not much, like tuppence a month. But YouTube, if I can start getting paid on that, or I can hopefully lift up some of that money and use it for artists and get some artists paid. Then we can get some like custom sprites designed and some custom tile sets. And I want the people to be, you know, the time they use to be rewarded fairly. But I am doing I've got some freelance work for a Pokemon game in I've got to do in a couple of weeks. So I'll probably use that and to put that money aside for some artwork. Just to stick Snorlax with Lick and Shadow Ball. Actually, what we could do, we can have you can have Snorlax, but you can also be an inverse battle. So yeah, you've got Lick and Shadow Ball, but you're also an inverse battle. So if someone brings out like a ghost, and then you just like tough, it's an inverse battle. Snorlax slaps everything. Yeah, people would not like it, which I think is good. Riz, thanks for the follow. Vegito Blue, thank you for the rose. Roger that. Head to YouTube, watch your YouTube and to generate so review. I mean, I don't get revenue until we hit. I got hit 4,000 watch hours, which is a lot. So, but if you guys wanting to see videos, I'm very lazy at editing, which is why we're doing these quick. If you have seen like what we have got, it's the same in posting these shorts. But I do want to do in the future some proper. I'm looking at editing some like Nuzlocke playthroughs, and I'm also looking at doing some in-depth dev diaries where I properly talk through the decisions I made and things like that. I'm speaking to a friend of mine to do some editing, and yeah, that will then hopefully draw some things in, because I don't want to. I want you to, you know, enjoy watching these things, because I mean that's what you do when you're streaming and content creating. It's a trade. I offer you good content. Well, I pretend to offer you good content, and you give me watch time in return. Vegito Blue, thanks for the follow, bud. Welcome on in. God, make me want to watch Dragon Ball again. I need to watch Daima. I watched all the Super, and I was reading all the Super. But I have got Netflix, and I keep meaning to do it, but where it's of course subbed, I need to pay attention and do the reading of it, which is why I don't tend to watch so much in the way of anime. The closest I get to watching anime is I read One Piece once a week, and screw watching that until they release the One Piece to actually make it accessible for us, for basic loser like me. Okay, then we have our cave entrance. What do we think, guys, of this little cave bit we got here? This actually needs to go shorter a level, which means that needs to go to there, because this actually needs to be like that due to some bullshit with how this is handled. You're actually going under this, and this will lead you to the caves, but we have to do that just so it doesn't look so weird in a minute when we do a load of stuff. Would there be any fan-made legendaries? Not planning on adding any fan-made legendaries. We could possibly add some like little islands and maybe add some stuff in the post-game. Never was good at writing, but I'm not half bad at artist when my cat isn't stealing my pencils. That's quite funny. Oh, so I've missed a couple of your messages as well, DJ. That would be nice. I want to try making ROM-based Appalachian Mountains. Things get done faster. Yeah, Appalachian Mountains. That would be really cool, actually. I'd love a very mountainous ROM hack. I think it'd be quite cool stuff on that. Have you done Nintendo 64 hacking? I hacked and made a custom version of Ocarina of Time. I made a Legend of Zelda the Flutenduten while I was in Austria, because they showed me this meme of, what, have you seen the German version of Legend of Zelda? And it's like, yeah, Legend of Zelda the Flutenduten. So I got a copy of Decomp Ocarina of Time, and yeah, I hacked it so that every time it referenced the Oracle or the Ocarina, it would call it the Fluten. And every time it told you to play a song, it was like Duten. So like every time it was like, you, instead of getting the Bolero of Fire, you got the Duten of Fire. And every time it said you played the Ocarina, it was like you Duten the Fluten. That's about as far I've got with that, because I'm an idiot and I was very drunk when I did it. But it's quite funny. So there is, I think I did actually post a video of my Legend of Zelda Flutenduten, and I had a lot of people like, no, I'm German, because typical Germans have no humour. I'm German. This is not called. It is not called the Flutenduten. It is actually called Ocarina of Time, just like you English people call it. It's like, no, mate, it's the Flutenduten. You lie. But I want to do more ROM hacks for other games. What I'd love to do, if I could ROM hack any game, it would be Oracle of like Seasons and Ages. I love them being at some cool terms. I know they're actually working on some stuff, but there's not some decent pieces for it yet. To be honest, that's pretty much it for this area. Let's fix this up a bit. Let's actually hit it correctly so it doesn't look like shite. Yeah, there we go. Route 6. Route 6 is a basic route. It's not loads going on in it. It just sort of is. It is here. It is there. Okay. Encounters. If you guys have a trainer you want to be added, I'm looking to add some trainers. So maybe we'll spend some time before we do the next area, and we'll add a load of trainers in. But are we supposed to be looking at Gyarados screen? I accidentally hit the button. Sorry.
Hello there.
Thanks for pointing that out, Max. I often graze this hotkey I've got, and it ends up moving things because I don't have it open on my other screen. I need a third screen. Are you using recompiled source engine or the source release? I never knew about it. Decompiled source engine. Yeah. It was never released. I think they did actually, obviously in the hack, in the big horrendous hack, they probably do have it now. But no, there's some very clever people who did. They decompiled Emerald, and then some very clever people made a fork of it and have adapted it into their own, with loads of quality of life things in it. So yeah, that's what I'm using. My cat steals everything: pencils, makeup brushes, necklaces, anything it can fit in her mouth. This is why I don't want animals in my house. My wife wants a cat. She grew up with them, and this basically a thing that goes around pooping and stealing things. Just sounds like hell. Why did I put Ribombi as an encounter here? What does Ribombi evolve from? Cutifly. Yeah, that's how the Cutifly in as well. Do you have the Elite Four members figured out? I have them written down somewhere. I do have a rough idea on who they're going to be, but they're not fully sorted yet. What gen are you working? Are you working at? So this is Emerald, Kane. So this is an Emerald hack. So I'm throwing all of this in. 2020. Yeah, so it's an Emerald hack, but it is got up to Generation 9 Pokemon and Generation 9 everything in it. So you've got all of the quality of life and moves and abilities and the items that come with the later games. Well, Seth, would I need to be able to do this as well? So to make your own decomp, you need Pori maps, which is what you're looking at now. This lets you do your map drawing. You want to set up an IDE, so I use Visual Studio Code, and then you just want to. I would then also suggest installing Empori script, and you just download the code or pull it if you understand how to use Git. There are a load of other things you need to download and install, like your WSL, Debian, Python. So I was you go to our YouTube, and I've got a couple of videos that show you how to set up. And then it takes about an hour to get going, but once you set up, you're good. I used to make hacks that made PS3 games harder, like actually scaling difficulty for Dark Souls 3 was bearable, but it was near impossible. I was going to say scaling difficulty in Dark Souls, so it starts on like basic, or you just lower the damage you take and the damage you deal, or you make it hell. Yeah, I used to do that quite a lot. There's actually a game I play called Eidolon, and the developer isn't a very good developer, so all the code is just downloaded, and it's meant to be an MMO. It's not really an MMO, so I quite often like just hack that, and like every time he releases a new update, it's like, right, well, I'm going to change the code, give myself. I've got like 4 million of the premium currency I just gave myself, and all this other stuff, and you can just like hack it through there. But any games you can get into the code and make changes in, I love doing that. That's why I love playing like Minecraft, Rom hacks, Minecraft mods and stuff. I did actually make some code to connect like Minecraft up to TikTok, and I've got one to connect Pokemon up to TikTok as well. Your damage reduced until you killed them. Each time you killed an enemy hit you. That's insane. That sounds like a way to make it. Yeah, that's quite impossible. There are a few others, but that was a big one. That's quite cool. Now, mostly I've just worked on Pokemon Rom hacking because it's nice and easy, and I'm not much of a game dev. I'm a sort of normal developer, I guess you would call it. What's the time? Have I already been streaming for? Oh no, an hour. I started an hour later today. Yeah, just double checking my wife isn't chatting me. Right, so that is Route 6 finished. Oh no, it's not. Collision. You can't play a game without collision. So I'm just going to colour all of these places you can't walk in. And actually I've got to make them 4, don't I? Oh, bloody annoying that. And doof. I think it's actually the first game I did some hacking with would have been what's that game? Total War. It was Total War Rome I bought. Yeah, and I hacked that to make. There was that secret. There was some secret like guys up in the north of like Siberia, and they just sort of did their own thing. But yeah, you could change the code to actually make them accessible for you as a player, which was like a really bloody hard challenge run to do. I think that was the first time I did any like hacking of anything. But we used to make and play Unreal Tournament. We used to make our own like Unreal Tournament maps and stuff. That was quite good fun. Need to find my inspiration. Haven't made any hacks long. Yeah, this this is what I was doing earlier this year, was just making all my stupid ones. Definitely do think streaming and documenting the progress has helped me a lot, because when I used to make the ROM hacks, like they would just sort of exist and not much would come of them. But doing this actually gives me more. I do feel like I'm actually getting more progress on them than I would if I was trying to do it on my own. That looks horrible. Which helps. Okay, so we have Route 6. Let's do the Flower Glade. So Flower Glade, I think, did I call it Flower Glade? I did call it Flower Glade. Flower Glade is a basically flowery area. It leads to where you can get Shaman. It's a nice little place to get a load of unique Pokemon. Specifically, you'll get a load of like flower and grassy Pokemon here. So yeah, we'll come around here, up there with a shortcut that way. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit burpy there. But there's going to be an infinite route where you can't, until you get the Gracidia flower, you're never going to be able to make it all the way up. Using this. So I want to put that like there. I fell into making boring hacks, God mode, infinite ammo for others, and get stuck. Yeah, that I find that I used to do, and it can be, like I said, it can be very boring. You can end up just like burning yourself out very quickly doing something like that. Will there be a secret battle? What do you mean by secret battle? Like for this? Why is that bouncing so weirdly? Because I'm an idiot. I'm sure what you mean by secret battle. Sorry, bud. Thanks for responding to my messages. I got a bounce. No, thanks for popping in, Kane. Max M, thanks for the follow. I try to stream on Saturdays, at least for a couple of hours. But yeah, join our Discord, or if you've got anything else, you can just drop a comment on it. But yeah, this will all be available on places for you to watch and enjoy. I need to fill this down. So this is going to come right down to here, like that. Kind of want to make it stuff. Jordan says, I'm new to all of this, but so cool. Jordan, also thanks for the heart. It's so cool. This is what I thought. So many people are aware of like ROM hacking, but they don't see it being made, and it's something I've been doing on and off for years, and I think it's like so cool to get feedback from you guys as I do it, which I love to I love getting, and where we can get like so many more insights into everything as it happens, and you guys have great ideas, and trying to get feedback for a game is hard. So being able to like code it in front of you guys, or draw the maps out, you can point things out and get involved and hopefully give it a go yourself, because I do believe the more people that are making these ROM hacks, the cooler stuff we're going to make. There's going to be so many cool like little challenges made. Maybe you want to make like a specific style of gyms. Maybe you want to make it so that you cut certain things out, and giving people the access and seeing how easy it is, I think is a great way of getting hopefully more people interested in giving it a go themselves.
Hello there.
So yeah, if you are interested in it, we've got some guys, but I'm going to be making a GitHub soon. Cole, thanks for the follow, where everyone can join in, download the code, and start making maps. And we're going to make the game with every region in. We're finally going to do like, so you start in Kanto and you make your way all the way across to, I don't know, Paldea or something. And Ryan, thanks for the follow. And I think that'll be such a cool hack to make. And I definitely think getting a load of people involved, will make it so much easier to do, but also more fun, so we can introduce all sorts of stuff as people come in on it. Dougie Fresh, thanks for the follow, bud. Welcome in. I'm gonna add all the encounters, all the collisions to that, because then I can just copy and start drawing them in here to this flowery glade. We do lose a lot of our tops and stuff. It's a bit of a hidden entrance-y thing. It does kind of make sense why we done it that way. Let's put a secret base there, because secret bases are the coolest things. And yeah, that comes to there, and then we actually have this closes off. I've got the design. I do actually have this pre-designed, pre-drawn. So that's why I'm looking over to my left. If I can have this already going, already drawn out, can hopefully get things created slightly faster, at least early on. And then yeah, and then it's a shortcut. Like, oh, let's move that one across one. Yeah, so you can. It's a shortcut back. You still have to fight your way into it the first time, and that's there to stop the player from jumping over. Okay, so let's fill these in. So the way I'm handling legendary encounters is legendary Pokemon you're not going to be able to catch like the first time you see them. You're going to basically engage in a battle with them because they're legendary Pokemon. The idea of just throwing a Master Ball at it being done or getting lucky with a Quick Ball to me seems a bit disingenuous. So what I've done is you'll take on them and they'll probably have higher levels. So like Arceus is probably going to be like level 125, and these are some like real slogs of battles. They're going to have some decently intelligent AI, I hope. That's something I need to work on. But once you've beaten them in a battle, you'll then be able to, I don't know whether to let you catch it or you just get gifted it, like it joins your party, because they are meant to be reasonably intelligent. So hopefully that's the plan. So they're up here, we'll have Shaman. Shaman, obviously one of the weaker ones, will be easier to access. I don't think we'll access it quite this early, maybe around Gym 4. That looks horrible. But yeah, you'll be able to take it on and try your best to do it. Kevin Davies, thanks for the follow, bud. Welcome in. So we can again throw all of that in, fix the bottom, fix it one half there, close it off. Baldriz, thank you for the follow, bud. Welcome on in. And Kevin Davies, thanks for the rose. Hope you're having a good day. I do appreciate all of that. And what do we think so far? How's this looking? This is an optional area, so optional areas are going to have a bit more grass and battles to it. So we'll fill a lot of that in. It's meant to be a grassy, flowery area, so I want to add some more flowers in. Thanks, Bulges. I'm glad you find it interesting. Yeah, I do find it so much easier to. I do find it so cool, like how accessible all of this stuff is these days. And some people just love watching. I think it's quite chill. Like when I made my own video, when I've made that video yesterday and posted it, where I've just got like all of my all of the maps I've made being played one by one. I just kept watching it because it's so satisfying, just watching it grow. And I as someone who just loves artwork, this is my version of it. I've played a lot of ROMs. This first I'm seeing it made. Cool. Oh sweet. Ganjamin. What are your favourite ones you've played? Because knowing what people like will help me work out how to make this game good. So I'd love to know what you guys think. But yeah, you can download it now though if you want to start playing it and give feedback. Obviously, it's very early on, so you're not going to be able to do loads at the moment. We're only about 2 badges in, but after this live, I will be releasing a new update. Oh, that's quite lucky. That goes there. That goes there. We got the gap. User, thanks for the follow. Quick question. Been so long. Light Platinum was pretty good. Light Platinum was decent. Yeah, I've been meaning to play some more again. We obviously used to stream quite a few Nuzlocke when I streamed more consistently. I am actually looking at doing some Nuzlocke again soon. If you guys are interested, I'm doing what I'm calling like the ultimate Nuzlocke. So we're gonna go on PokeMMO, which is a slightly harder game anyway, and we're gonna Nuzlocke every single game in like one big flow. So we're gonna go to gym 1 to 4. So we've got to do each region 1 to 4 at the same time, and then I've got a list of the level caps of each of the gyms in between. So we'll I think you do like Kanto Gym 5, and then you do the next bit Gym 5, and you basically bounce around all the regions one by one, trying to create one. But the thing is, if you white out, you've got to reset every single region at once. A whole lost puzzle. Thanks for the follow, and C-Dot, thanks for sharing. I hope we're watching subpar Kaizo runs at the moment. Well, like people who are rubbish at Kaizo runs. Is it? I've not touched Kaizo. The hardest I've done is I actually started a Nuzlocke on Radical Red, and I got to Surge and stop playing. Where I've been meaning to, but we did some Nuzlockes of other things, but every time I quite enjoy playing them, but then it's like I then need to edit the video for it, or want to edit a video for it, and it's like that's going to take me forever because you've got to write the script, you've got to create the story, you've got to put it all together, and then it just sort of ends up dying off and nothing gets done. But I might do some Nuzlocke of this when the game's in a more of a playable state. I've got a friend of mine ready to play with us, and we're going to maybe do Soul Link or Soul Lock or something. Soul Lock's quite fun. Quetzal's getting some updates soon, so I might throw together a some more Quetzal videos. I do need some doing. I am going to do a new tutorial on how to get Quetzal working. I have actually set up as well a multiplayer for Infinite Fusion, which I'm tempted to get going and running again. Subpar is the harder version of Kaido. Strict rules and mandatory pivot around gym. Oh damn! Have a look at that. I've been quite bad at watching Nuzlockers lately. A harder one, that sounds like I saw some of the run and bun stuff, but then I looked away because I was too busy focusing on this. And the last thing I need is to have my brain distracted by hard ROM hacks, because I'll end up putting the difficulty of this too high. And this, I don't want this to be a difficulty game. I want it to be accessible to as many people as possible, and I know a lot of people get really put off by the hardcore, which is fair enough. It's not for everybody. What kind of game are you making? Like Kaizo regular ROM? It's a regular ROM. It's a custom region, so it's going to be a fully custom region with all that custom regionness that comes with it. So we're gonna have maybe some custom Pokemon in terms of like I might make some regional forms, so at least we're going to be having a new type called Crystal type and the crystal forms of those Pokemon. We've got so it's going to be harder than your standard Pokemon game, but it's not a difficulty one. But I want to design it around sort of three main play styles, being sort of your casual play run, your speed run, and your Nuzlocker. So we've got benefits for each of them on the choices and they want to make. And this is it. The urgency of the gameplay is going to be designed around what the player wants to do. So you're going to have your main critical path, which is going to lead you to the gyms and everything with that. We're going to have like other routes, to, like this one, which will give you some extra encounters and good items. The main sort of thing I want it to be is a good exploration, because I really enjoyed back in the earlier games. Visual Brew, thanks to the Rosebud. What I really miss from the earlier games is that exploration you got, like going into caves and finding all these rare Pokemon and stuff. That's completely gone in modern Pokemon. So big exploration areas and mysteries to solve and hunting down these legendary Pokemon. That's what we're trying to bring back. So you'll see as we travel along, like we go to the first one, like there's this cave you can access with 4 gym badges. You've got this diving spot you're going to notice, and this thing which will lead to a quest. All of these places of big expansive things to explore, develop, hunt down, come back when you got better items to maneuver around until you can do get all around and everything. So yeah, that's the main idea. Whether it works like that, we'll see. But it's going to take a long time before this is like fully playable. That's for sure. John and Ollie, thanks for the follow, bud. What starter did I choose? There's 9 starters, Jordan. Currently we have Totodile, Cyndaquil, and Chikorita, and they're going to be adapted into the standard, ground typing, dark typing, and fire typing, so their main subs. What's going to change their stats to make them a bit more useful. We've currently got the 3 Hoenn Pokemon also. That will probably be changed to another trio. You can also get Eevee and Pikachu, and the 9th slot is currently empty, but it's going to become a randomizer. So I'm going to pick between like 30, 40, 50 Pokemon, and it will randomly choose one when you start the game. So if you want to play randomized starter, that will give you it. It won't give you any Pokemon, but loads. Right. I don't like the game. Go for it. Yeah, download it and give it a go. Obviously quite early. Sex Lover, hey, welcome. Sorry, I've scrolled up and realised loads of kings I missed. Himi and MT are good. I'll make them look. John, do it, John Blau. Make your own game. So easy. Can you make a slide to get to a new route with starter Pokemon? So starter Pokemon are all over. The way I'm handling starter Pokemon is they've each got their own hidden grotto. And you do certain quests or something, or you need to have certain triggers set off. And if you do that, you'll be able to access the hidden grotto where the starter Pokemon is. So let me just save all of that. So I was just making the time lapse for video. So if I go into here, we can see like Rowlet's got a hidden grotto, which you can access here once you get cut. Well, not cut, the small saw, the small axe. Charmander, if you do a certain thing, you'll access Charmander and Squirtle. So those are the 3 I've got at the moment, but they're accessible, but you have to do certain progress and quests or beat certain trainers and they will open it up. So mix things about. Ollie South, if you want to test it, you can download the demo off our Discord. I'll obviously be updating it soon. I miss being a teenager playing Pokemon ROMs all day, my friend. Oh yeah, like I just don't get the time to play. And then when I was a child, being able to play a game, and just like sink so much time into it was good. And because I got so few games, going through as much of it and like doing it through and through, I'd like try and 100% everything. Yeah, don't get that much anymore. It looks like there's no way to get from point A to point B to path in those trees. Where everything can be done, because if you remember right, if you remember here, you can actually walk over the top, underneath these trees. That should be a 4. So yeah, the tops of these trees you can actually walk over. I don't know why they were locked up. So it's not going to be the easiest thing to travel around, but you got to sort of like think and stuff. But yeah, I did actually shout. I did miss the collision. I did the collision wrong. There we go. Now it's correct. Gateway, I think trees are blocking your intended path, but I'm wrong. Yeah, so the idea is you get this little slight here. It might be as well this place might not be accessible to the right until you get Gracidia Flower, but that I need to work on that gateway, which I'll do off stream because it's quite boring to write all that code. John Ollie, thanks for following. Reggie like puzzles from Gen 3. Yeah, a lot more puzzles, and Reggie especially for legendaries. You're trying to find a DM group for Pokemon D&D. How would a Pokemon D&D work? No, Riolu, no, because it kind of sucks as a starter. It doesn't get the greatest moveset. It's quite slow to level up, and I'm removing happiness, and so it's only got the 1 evolution, which is going to be around level 30, meaning you're stuck with quite a weak Pokemon until many gyms later. Instead, you're going to be given a Riolu once you beat the first dojo and you beat Brawley, which is just after the first gym anyway. Is there a link to try it now? Are you waiting? You can download it off our Discord. I'll do a new version after this. Replace potion with beans on toast. No, beans on toast is disgusting. What's the name? The game is called Pokemon Triver, and it will be done sometime next year. It has 8 gyms. We'll have the typical 8 gyms in the Elite Four, and there'll be loads more. It's cool. I hope I can be a tester because I think it's good. Nike, thanks for the follow. If you want to download it, you can just I do a updated version every week. Every week I will drop an update where you can run around, see how crap it is, see what bugs we've got, and play about. And I do that. I try to do that every Friday. So I actually release this demo will be updated and dropped tomorrow. After this stream. And yeah, you'll be able to test it all the way up to. You'll be able to test it up to here. You won't actually be able to access the 3rd gym this week, but in the future one you will, I think. No, bugger it. Here we go. I'm going to give you access to the gym. Give you access to the gym, but the trainers aren't made yet. So be it on you to do that. I do need to add some more trainers in. Is it going to be fake mon? What mums will be in this game? There are no mums at the moment. Maybe I should add a mum room if you want more mums. No fake mon apart from crystal Pokemon, which I'm going to add. But I'm off for Christmas and New Year. I'll probably do the code for that. 2 stars for D&D. Mystery Dungeon or actually playing the trainer. There's a lot of info around. Oh, cool. So I do like playing D&D, but I've not thought about doing Pokemon 1. G-Riz, thanks for the follow. Compatible with Delta Emulator. You meant Mons. So it should be compatible with Delta. It is a ROM, so it's Game Boy Advance. Any Game Boy Advance ROM you want should work. I know it works on Retro. I've got RetroArch on my Steam Deck. So it works on my Steam Deck, which I had it running on. I need to charge this because I'm going on the train soon. I haven't got my charger here. And it runs on, I can't remember what I have on my phone. And I think here I use, what do I use to test the game? I think it's VGBA? MGBA. So MGBA it works with. I do want to get it working mostly with RetroArch because I'm going to add retro achievements to it. So we'll have you can have achievements for this game added into your profile. Mons available. There's probably going to be about 300 or so added to the main area. But all Mons will eventually be available based on you traveling to the different islands and stuff I'm going to put around. So yeah, hopefully loads. Kelso, thanks for the follow. How does someone get into designing ROMs? Download all the tools and get started. That's pretty much it. You just get into it by doing it. I was doing it when I was young. I downloaded Advanced Map and started hacking, doing binary hacking. I've got some guides on our YouTube on how to get started, but the best way is just to get going. I am going to be working on, come the new year, I'm going to set up a project for people to get involved with. So we're going to make every region in a playable game. So we'll probably start with Hoenn, and you'll go because Hoenn's already built into Emerald. So you complete Hoenn and then you move to like Kanto or something. So we'll finally do all of that. And with that, we're going to get it so that you guys can help out and join in and start doing some of the coding yourself and start doing the coding and start doing the maps. So if you're interested in that, yeah, come to our Discord and I'll be setting that up in the new year. And I'll do some videos to talk about it more. Same name for the Red app. What do you mean? For Fire Red? Or something else? I'm not sure what Red app is. Okay, so I need to add some other code bits in. I'm going to hide that item. That item's not going to be accessible yet. Before we do that, yeah, all of this is going to be over here because none of this... Yeah, none of this is going to be accessible because I'm going to do this off stream. We don't want it to be broken.
Hello there.
Some possible bugs that might arise when you play it. Nava, thanks for the follow. No play button app. I don't know if it'll filter. I don't know what you're on about, Kelso, so you've lost me. Is Physical Special Plot going to be in the game like Gen 4 going forward? Yeah, this has, if we go into the code. So this is Emerald Expansion. We search config. They've got these brilliant configs set up. and these are using all of. They've got all the latest, so we're looking at like Gen 9, Gen 8, Gen 7, all these things introduced from the more modern games. So, like, physical special plant in here. Physical special, no, but yeah, it has physical special split. It's got catching for XP. I've turned on the XP all, so preferably played with level caps. I'm probably using this. This is Pori maps I use for this. And this is just Visual Studio Code. We can see here, like, so Gen 4, we don't have a badge boosts. If you want specific things, you can add like all of these. You can configure it how you want. I'm just using all the latest stuff pretty much for everything. I need to have a proper look. Smart AI flag, that's something I need to work on. But yeah, we can add it, all of it's like built in, which makes things so nice and easy to. You don't have to recode it all from scratch, which does make my job nice and easy. Okay, let's add some trainers in. So, who wants to be added to the game? I need trainers. This is I'm just debating on blocking off this area for now, but we'll leave it open so we can find some encounters. But yeah, I need to add more trainers in because it's very sparse right now. Rummy the Alien, thank you for the follow. Glad you're enjoying it, Rummy. Glad you think it's cool. I do enjoy making these. I'm a game dev. Oh, cool. What games have you made? I'm not a game dev. Tripod Scorpion, thanks for the follow, bud. I'm not a game developer. I've tried looking into making my own stuff, but I'm not. I wouldn't call myself a game developer. I just realised that's all wonky. That needs to be like that. Yeah, closer I got to game dev was I went to a game dev thing at university once. But I'm a developer. I'm a normal developer. But yeah, I just do some ROM hacking. I'm definitely not as good as a real proper game developer. Those guys are brilliant. You're doing it now. This is more ROM hacking. I don't have to worry about engine limitations. I don't have to work on the physics and stuff. All of the intricacies for like how everything connects and works together was already made. All I'm doing is basically drawing maps and doing a bit of event scripting. I have thought about making my own monster catching game style, and I did actually do some of the basics in Godot and Unreal Engine. But yeah, I haven't got the time and focus on it. And I need to. I'm learning Scala and doing a lot of Scala at work right now. The last thing I want to do is learning any more languages. And when I'm a lead dev at work, it's just like I'll just do that. But no, working on little games right now. That's cool. I used to speak to loads of devs when I used to run a streaming Discord, like 12,000 members. I used to be in contact with loads of like indie devs and trying to share all of their work with people to play it. Right, he does that, he looks there. Gonna have this guy here, he's only gonna look 3. He's gonna look right. What's the game you're working on, Rummy? Because I love smaller games where you can just do like little pieces of things, and not have to do like big incorporations and like having a very much subset single view for a game. Like there's a ROM hack I want to make based off of like the Safari Zone. If I can pull up the Safari Zone, I think it's Route 119. No, Route 120. So I'm tempted to do a Pokemon 24-hour like game hack stream hackathon, and I just like spend 24 hours hacking the game, and it's going to be based off of the Safari Zone where you can only take so many steps before you get kicked out. But it's more like a time loop. So you're coming in and so you come into an area. You're coming into the area and every step moves time. And based on like beating certain trainers adds more time to it. Getting certain items unlocked will give you more time on your loop, and you're basically trying to keep working your way through, unlocking the mystery and stuff. And I think having a very limited number of maps and stuff should be able to make that kind of possible. I've got the concept of it, bait, and some other stuff I need to work up. Plans for antagonist faction. Not really. I'm not a good writer, Campbell. I can code, I can draw maps, I can do encounters, but I'm not good at writing dialogue. It's one of my weaknesses when I'm like DM and playing D&D is dialogue is horrendous, and where Pokemon is driven by the dialogue. I don't want to end up being like a horrendously cheesy thing. So I was avoiding your standard sort of like evil team taking over the world because I find it a bit horrendous. There are going to be areas which are going to have like local antagonistic things. Like you've got your rival who's an antagonist, the closest thing to your main antagonist. This is going to have some like thugs which you clear out. There might be some others in like other areas, but we've not got like some big world-ending threat like Team Rocket thing you'll have to deal with. So yeah, I think it could be like the time loop one, and doing it in like 24 hours. Like it's very focused. It would make quite a good like charity hackathon and all that. I might spend some time working a bit more like so many things will add. Yeah, so like you beat a trainer and it does that, but you can redo it. Like getting certain items will add more, and like the main fall of it. Team Local confirmed, guys. Leak here. Team Local. It's just a load of nerds from the local card shop. You got to beat that. What are the starters? I'll show you. I think it's easier just to show the code. But we got 9 starters. Birches. Oh, how do you spell birch? Birch's bag. Birch bag. Bin. Oh, what is it? I'm sure it was Birch's case. Oh, is it case? This is what I'm doing wrong. UI Birch's case. There it is. Here's the code. When is this game going to be done and ready to play? So you can play right now on our Discord. You can play an early version of it, but the actual finished version is going to be like next year. It's taking me forever. It's about a month of work, but this is like using existing things I'd already had sort of like worked out. But every week I do drop an update for feedback. So these are the starters, Tyrone. So we've currently got Mudco, Trico, and Torchic. Those are going to be changed. That's just a temporary, but I'm trying to think of a different trio to do. These are going to stay, Chikorita, Totodile, and Cyndaquil, but like if we go into Chikorita, I don't know if I actually made the changes yet. Yeah, you can see it's like Chikorita's fairy type, Cyndaquil's ground type, Totodile's dark type. I want to make changes to their movesets and stuff and make them a bit more usable. Pichu and Eevee as well. I thought I've got it was Pichu, not Pikachu. I don't know whether to make those partner Pikachu and partner Eevee or just keep them as default Pichu and Eevee. I think I might do partner because then it doesn't evolve and it lets me give a Sunstone to give Sun. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to have species Pikachu partner and species Eevee partner. Yeah, so you get partner Pikachu and Eevee. And this one, which I haven't done yet, is going to be a random choice. So I need to work it out how to do the code for it, but this will be a random number passed in from a list. So we'll have some randomizer choice. So this structure takes 9. Yeah, because it's a structure, it's kind of annoying how it's done. I'm not sure how easy it is for me to make changes to it. Let's have a look at what this is called. Choose non-empty slot. Yeah, so I need to find like where the empty slot is, and instead of being none, it needs to pick a random Pokemon. But yeah, so these are the 8 we've got at the moment, with the 9th one being made. Right, I was trying to make some. Thanks, Revenant and Tyrone. Thanks for the follow, bud. We're making a trainer, weren't we? So, Obsidian Thicket trainers. Do I want? No. I'm not going to do trainer there. Actually, let's do the gym trainers. We're going to make the gym accessible. We need to add in our gym trainers. Well, I've got a list of them somewhere. Gym 3. Here it is. Have you ever done coding in Python? Not much. I have got some Python scripts relating to TikTok. So I wrote a TikTok Python script which would take viewer comments and interactions and turn them into to summon things into Minecraft. I've also written a Python script to play Pokemon. So I had Boy running Pokemon Fire Red, and I connected it to Pokemon. Yeah, I connected it to TikTok using Python script to have the viewers control. So it was like Pokemon. TikTok plays Pokemon, but on top of that, they were able to add encounters, make the screen color change, and all of that stuff. But I haven't used Python for proper what I'd call proper coding, like doing an actual project with it. I normally use Java. Java's what I do day to day for my job. So most of the things I've done have been Java based. Okay, let me check the. There we go. So let's add some trainers in. So we're gonna have script, Hemlock, event. Oh, trainer battle. I'm going to add it in Tessa. Trainer battle single. So if you're ever interested in making your own game, it's so easy to add trainers now. And if you want me to add in your own trainer, just send me the export from Showdown, because I can copy that in super easy. Actually goes there. Hemlock Gym Trainer Tessa. Hemlock Gym Tessa intro. Introduction text. Hemlock Gym. This is the thing that I hate doing, because it takes so long to add all of the stuff for your trainers and stuff. You've got to come up with all their text and things. What's that coding language? This coding language is more of a wrapper, but it's called PoriScript. So the game actually runs off of these INC files, which look like this. And this is what the game converts into the binary, sort of the machine hexes and stuff, which it can understand. But this is horrible to look at. So instead, some very clever people have created what's called PoriScript. PoriScript is just a load of macros. So we search for trainer battle single, for example, come up with this macro. So this event C file, event INC file, tells you all the macros you've got and what it's doing in the background. But yeah, so this makes it a lot more human readable, and it uses the same sort of format maybe you're used to if you've ever done a coding. So you got here's the gym leader, for example. So when you battle the gym leader, lock all stops the player from interacting. Does a trainer battle. This takes in who the trainer is and what do they say when you beat them, and an argument to send you to another script. And the script message box, text on the screen, play fanfare. This is the music. Message box, again more text. Special, this throws confetti on the screen. Flags, so you use flags, which basically memories true or false to be to know the state of the game. That's just a clear flag and all of that stuff. So you've got the badge, gives you the item. So it's just a really easy thing to do. Normally you can work out what it is by just going into the events.c. So maybe I want to give an egg. I search give egg. There's one that already exists, which is quite cool. So I can create an egg. And it gives you the breakdown, here for create a Pokemon. Creates a mon for a given party of slots. So you want to give them a certain Pokemon, or I think this is the one you want. Yeah, give mon. So you're giving a mon from another person. You want to give it all of these flags. So maybe you want to set the IVs, or want to give them a shiny Pokemon or something. It's all done through there, which is so simple and quite nice and easy. Right. forgot I used load of. I'm just going to throw here AI gen because I actually genned earlier a load of AI text because I hate writing dialogue, so I've got a lot of AI and they're all tagged because I'm going to change them in the future when I get more time. So Mr. Robot stuff, I've not seen Mr. Robot. Is it something I should do? That's the gym leader. He isn't. Oh, what an idiot. I need to use curly brackets. Don't want to use curly brackets. I want to use normal brackets. It's okay. My wife's still not messaging me. But yeah, welcome on in. Gan Jamin. Hope you're having a good day. Since you can code, it's amazing. Coding is, well, I find it easy. Well, then obviously I do it day in, day out at work. But the coding for this, it's nice and simple. So here we go. We're going to make a trainer here. So we're going to name her Tessa. This is the main reason I'm remaking my game. Is because I wanted to use all of the new it's just normal trainer pick. I wanted to use all of the new code they had for generating trainers, because it used to be a right pain in the ass to create a trainer, but now we can just do it so simply using these tools. So if I want to do Grimer at Lowland, I just do that and pick the moves. And if you've ever done Showdown, you'll notice it is exactly the same as that. So what used to take me like half an hour or 10-15 minutes to make a trainer, I can now do like in a minute. Definitely put Mr. Robot on your watch list, boss. I'll have a look. I'll put it on. What's that on? It's on, isn't it on Sky? I don't have access to Now TV anymore. I used to, because I used to work for Now TV, which is great because I got access to everything. Now I don't really watch stuff anymore. I'm terrible at watching things. Okay, there's one trainer added. Oh, I've got so much crap open. Mosty. Close everything. Don't save. There we go. Where's my gym? There's my gym. So we're going to add the trainers in and then we're going to head off because I am getting tired and I need to prepare to go out tonight. Oh, I need to end. Oh, that's a good one. So I need to make sure that ends and I need to do a message box auto close or we're going to have text stuck on the screen. Any fun plans for Christmas? Not really. I think we're just going to have a chill one, my wife and I. Might have to swing round to see my grandmother. She's having a rough time. But otherwise, yeah, we're going to get a turkey leg. So thigh and leg. I'm going to cook that up. Do some nice potatoes. I love cooking. So I'm going to probably spend a load of time and make a really enjoyable meal. Last year, we did it just the two of us. It was our first sort of Christmas as a married couple. So we ended up just playing Divinity Original Sin all day till like 4 in the morning. We haven't really played it since, and she's been telling she wants to get back into it. So I'm debating whether we continue with our Divinity playthrough, or might buy Baldur's Gate 3, and we just basically spend all Christmas chilling and eating that. Because she loves playing games where she can loot and doesn't have to think so much. So I end up when we play these games playing a tank to keep her alive while she like sits back as a thief, popping off arrows and looting everything she can. I buy one of those IPTV boxes. I know what you're on about. Yeah, maybe. I'm not planning on because I don't watch much TV, so it's probably just like other ways to get hold of it. But I do know what you're on about. Okay, sorry, I was confused there why the trainer I just added wasn't showing up. Amazing, guy can code, cook, what husband do. I mean, the being able to code, it doesn't impress her much, apart from the fact it gives me a decent, gives me a job to get paid. But yeah, no, cooking, I do love to cook. Coding is a bit of fun. I end up coding random things. Like, have I got it open? No, I haven't. So me and my friends have got into playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards and stuff. So I made a website to keep track of all the results. I need to update. I haven't actually added any results for ages, which is quite bad of me. But yeah, we're able to, and it gives you like a rating and a rating of your how good your deck is and all of that stuff. Because I just like making coding dumb things. Roselia, Arbok, because this is a poison gym. Okay, there we go. Doing counters. That's it, bro. You can find a stellar job, paychecking, also cook. Exactly. She does like, does like my cooking. I did try and cook her. I did cook her a Marry Me chicken the other week, which I thought was amazing. I like it. She was like disappointed with it. It was like, what's wrong with it? Because she liked it, but she didn't think it was as good as something else. So I created this dish for her, which is basically chicken and chorizo with like a creamy pasta sauce. So I've got to constantly cook that for her because she loves it so much. And that's what she calls her Marry Me chicken. That's what made her one of the reasons why she married me. Which is nice. But yeah, it's basically I like cooking a paella, but she wasn't the biggest fan of the paella all the time. She preferred she likes quite saucy, creamy dishes. So it's like, well, fine. So I basically took a paella and turned it into more of a this creamy pasta dish, which came out really bloody nicely. I did actually do a video for it on on TikTok to no views, so I didn't bother making any more. I'd love to do more. Cooking videos. A friend of mine made a load of really cool cooking videos. Unfortunately, he stopped doing them. But they were about where he turned, because he was a musician, so he turned recipes into songs, which was absolutely amazing to watch and listen to. Like he did a whole song on how to make clarified butter. Such a weird thing, but really catchy at the same time. Nidorina. I quite could have guessed that. That's it, bro. You can find with. We've read that already. So that is 3 of the trainers. Let's attach the trainers to who they are. So we have our trainers here. Now we need to add their code to them, which I can never bloody find. So Victor is on the bottom left. Harry, thanks for the follow, bud. There's Victor, and he is man. He is man 5. Hey, Roy. Hey, Roy. I'm not going to try and say it all in one, because I'll trip over myself and look like a fool. Fool more than normal. That's Ollie there. Pablo is a gentleman. Why? Okay, fine. I can fix these bits in a minute. So Pablo goes there. I need to change what he is. What's he do? He faces up. Okay, you face up and you're a trainer with a sight of 2. You're going to look around. And you've got a view of 3. Tessa is there. And let's attach her code to her. She looks around as well. So that's her code attached. Movement type, look around. And she again has a sight of 3, so she can see around. I wonder when your Pokemon game will be made public. Now. It is available somewhat now. You're not able to play the full game, but every week I drop the demo of the latest version for you to play around, point out how many bugs there are and how many issues there are, because there's always loads because I'm an idiot. But yeah, you can go down to log into our Discord and you'll find the latest version. After this stream, I will also be adding more. So if you're interested, in that. Yeah, just wait a couple of hours. Probably. So I'm in the UK, so probably about 3:30, 4 o'clock. I'm going to place the new version with all of these changes on. If you go to our Discord, if you go to our profile, TikTok, there should be a button in the About Me section. If you click that, you'll see a link to our Discord, and in there it's called Latest Releases. You'll see a list of all of my ROM hacks. Pokemon Triver is the one I'm working on at the moment, and I'm going to keep working on it until it's finished. So yeah, that's the one you'll want. Every week I will release the latest version. I'm assuming that was you there, Shifts 69. But yeah, the every week I will release the latest version for people to play, because I do think the more people are, the more that I can get people playing it and feeding back on it, the better I can make it. And I've already had loads of people sort of giving me loads of like bug feedback and stuff, which I mean it's a hell of a, it's great getting so much feedback with that, because it's stuff I just wouldn't be able to go everywhere and notice. But Ollie just has does he have a Steelix at this point? This is one trainer that you're going to find in every single gym. It's my best mate. He likes Steelix, so I basically give him a Steelix in every gym, specifically built around doing certain moves similar to the gyms. Of course, in this one, he's got some custom moves like Poison Tail. And he's going to have Bulldoze and Rock Throw. We're not going to have him with max IVs, because we're probably going to remove IVs eventually. Okay, there's one, and we've got one more trainer to add. And that was a viewer called Chloe. So let's add in Chloe. As always, if you want to be in the game, just drop a comment in a video and I'll add you in, or throw me a message in Discord with your team and stuff, and I'll try and find a space for you all to go in. But we've got loads and loads of space to do. And there we go. Then we just create this trainer, and then we're going to end the stream, and then I'm going to go do bloody adult things I've got to get sorted before I head out tonight. Chloe is added. There, Chloe. Where's her trainer party? Trainers. Chloe. Jeez. Why are they all like that? Might have to fix that. I'm assuming this gym is psychic type. No, this gym is poison type. So I was doing the bits here. I'm using the psychic gym tile set at the moment from Emerald, because I need to go through and make some custom tile sets. But yeah, for now, it's going to have that teleport. It will all be overhauled, and you'll find all of the gyms will eventually be overhauled to better fit the theme of their gyms. And I need to add, like, because currently you can see it uses the wrong gym badge. I need to make custom gym badges. It's a difficult thing to do all at once, and I find I'd rather make the big code changes, and then we can go through and make the other changes later. Right, that's it.